Well, welcome along to another episode. As you can see, we're not doing much driving at the moment. I've loaded this 120 loading shovel behind me. You can see it in the mirror there. That's got to go up to LS Town and be swapped over for 150, which is going to come back down here to be repaired. But unfortunately, the old bridge is shut, which means everything's having to come down and come around the new bridge. So the old bridge is still the old Severn crossing in. So the Severn bridge, and then the new crossing is the Prince of Wales bridge. So the Severn crossing, the original bridge, is closed because of high winds. But what that does mean is it's quite a vital link for the likes of Chepstow and surrounding areas. So when that's closed, to cross over the river, you've got to, and cross over into England, you've got to use the new bridge, which is the Prince of Wales bridge. However, everybody uses all sorts of roads to get down here. Like this road links up to Chepstow down to Mega. The M48 will go down to Mega as well. So they've all had to congregate around this one roundabout by Mega services to spin around to come back up the M4. But the M4 is also rammed as well, so it's actually making it slower to come around. To give you a comparison, I've literally travelled 3 miles. 3 miles is all I've done. And in that 3 miles, I think it's around about 3 miles. It's taken me 2 hours to get here this morning. 2 hours. We have made it onto the motorway. It took us just under 3 hours to get onto the motorway, and we've been crawling on the motorway ever since. So been on here about 15 minutes now, just trying to get over the bridge. The way it is sometimes when that bridge is shut, this does get very busy. There's a lot of ways that they could work around it, like an extra junction. So instead of people coming down the M48 and trying to go up to Mega, to spin around to go back, they could have a junction which comes on, a dedicated slipway then, which comes on over to you. Like that would save a lot of traffic, because the majority of people then wouldn't come through Caldicot and Mega. They would come up around that way if they come down from Chepstow. So that traffic wouldn't be as intense. The traffic from Llanwern then could get onto the motorway a lot easier, and obviously the traffic that we just came through would make it a bit easier. Just one little slipway, because at the moment when you're coming down that way, it just assumes that you're going west. There's no eastbound junction on it. So a creation of that would resolve its problem. As that bridge is getting older, it is going to be shut more often, with the wind and whatnot. The weather is deteriorating as the years are going on, so it is shut a lot more than I remember it being shut. So a lot of abnormal loads coming down. Everybody's trying to get that last bit in before Christmas time, because when this was recorded, I don't know when I'm gonna put it out there. I might chuck it as a bonus episode, to be honest with you, but when it was recorded just before Christmas. So I got a container coming down on one of them wide trailers, I think it is, coming down on the outside of us now. The escort behind it. So it's apart from that delay earlier on, it hasn't been a bad day. So that's all we got to do is go up there, swap this over, and make our way back down with it. We ain't going to get it off tonight, so just make our way back down, get down as far as we can, get parked up then, and then drop it off in the morning. And I think we've just got a couple of small jobs tomorrow, I think. So yeah, not too bad. Waiting for him to catch up. He definitely container. I don't know whether some of them CT scanners or what. Like, don't know. He's running the wrong plate though. If he's doing that sort of speed, no, he's got a line through it. So he had he's got his SGGO plate displayed at the front. But, he got it down as car 2, but he has got a tape of X going through it. Now, unfortunately, this day and age, they don't like that sort of thing, having just an X put through it, because from a distance you can't see them lines. I think he's just got a bungee cord, either holding it on or going through it. Like, I don't know. But the thing is, if he was cat 2, he'd be doing 40 mile an hour, not the speed that he is. It's a container, it is. Shipping container. The same trailer as what I got, without the rear ramps on the back, and his extends, which this doesn't. But other than that, this is the same trailer. So not too bad, not too bad. So we finally made it. Finally made it up here. It's only taken us pretty much 6 hours to get up here. That's with a quarter of an hour break. Because the way the working time directive means, because obviously I don't need to worry about my driving time getting up here, but working time directive means I got to take a quarter of an hour break before 6 hours, and then that extends me over to 9. But by the time I get up here, then I would have taken I'll get this loaded, then have a break, and I'll be okay then, you know, past the 9, like, you know what I mean, because I would have had the half-hour break as well. So we're just coming in towards FB McCann and Ibstock. I'm gonna go up to the building over there and just tell them that I'm here. Probably utilise their toilet as well. So not sure where they've left the machine for me. Normally it's in that shed over there. So we'll see though. We'll see. I'll go around to see them in the offices and then we go from there then. So join us as we just joined on the M1. So we've got this 150 on now, so we dropped the 120 off and we've got the 150 on. I say we're going to make our way to the services now, Chorley services. We'll have to park up for almost 2 hours while we wait for the embargo to lift. And then we can carry on our way after 6 o'clock. It's always a bit of a pain, that one is, but I say I'll go into the services now and I'll grab myself a shower, have something to eat, so I'm ready to go then, ready for the next bit and make my way down south. So it's I don't know where we're going to stop tonight and see how we get on traffic wise. More likely around Cardiff Gate, I would have thought, around that sort of area. He was there on the way up as well, he was. He'd been there a while just to wait for that tyre guy. that's surprising. Weather, to be honest, it's been one of them days. You know what I mean? We got held up with that this morning for 3.5 hours basically, and then obviously that's allowed, it caused us to get stuck in this embargo then, which means that's going to hold us up another 2 hours. That's, you know, today's a 5 hour delay when you think about it. That's the joys of moving this stuff, like, you know what I mean? You can't go off route because you're on a movement order, so you got to stick with it. And you can see how much time just dwindles away, like, you know what I mean? It's surprising how money's to be made in this, to be honest with you, with the way things are set up currently at the moment within the UK. Like, I do believe myself that if you are where I am now, where I'm not running with an escort, I can just drive on my own. I'm under 3.5 meters wide. You know what I mean? If you're under 3.5 meters wide, and you know, cat 1, cat 2, travelling on your own, and you should be able to where's he got his orange beacons on for? It's only in an army. Anyway, you should be able to you know, run on the motorways without any issue, regardless of the time of day. Regardless. It's only when you come off the motorways that's when you start to cause issues, and that's what the embargoes are there for. Not the motorways. The motorways are major trunk roads. You know what I mean? You can have a hold up on a motorway at any time during the day, so we're not going to make much of a difference. That's what I believe. To be honest with you, the way it is at the moment, it's outdated. That's the only way of putting it. It's outdated. And not only is it outdated, but it's people have also got the same point of view of it being outdated, so they try to run the loopholes. Well, not loopholes, but try to run, oh, we'll get through the embargo, we'll be fine, we won't get caught, and they get caught. So therefore it just gives the police an excuse to keep an eye out for everybody. You know what I mean? They know you shouldn't be travelling through embargo times, but they should leave us alone on the motorways, because it's, as you can see, you know what I mean, they're free flowing ones. If you're with an escort, then fair enough, you know what I mean? It also applies to you on the motorways if you're with an escort, because that means you couldn't be taking up 2 lanes, you know. So that's what I personally believe anyway, what should be the case. Got a few kids on the bridge here, and they're going to ask me to toot their horn. No, they're just waving. Normally they do the fist pump. The trouble is, I've got a beep beep on you, not a horn. So I don't like pressing the beep beep because they laugh at me. Good. That's a beep beep. No, that's not good. That's not going to scare anybody. Should have air horns. If you're watching this and you would like to help the channel out, then make sure you like and subscribe to the video. It'd be really much appreciated. And we're trying to push to 1,000 subscribers at the moment. That's our next target, so make sure, if you can, please subscribe to the channel. It'll help the channel to no end. If you want to help the channel out a bit more, then you can hit the thanks button underneath this video, slide to the amount that you want to give, and then send the money on its way. If you want to help out, the other way you can help our channel out is become a channel member. Just hit the channel join button, select the tariff that you want, and that becomes a monthly subscription then where you get perks back as well for doing certain ones. Like at the beginning you'll see channel members and a little shout out for silver and above. Between now and January, the end of January 2025, you're able to watch the videos early if you become a silver member and above. So between now and January 2025, if you become a silver member and above, you can watch my videos when I upload them to YouTube. And obviously the shorts are the same thing as well. Now come after the end of January, it will revert back to being a platinum membership. And but between now and January, the end of January 2025, you do get that little bit of a perk and that little taste. But like I said, it does revert back to being the platinum, solely platinum membership after that. So if you want to watch my videos early, then become a member by hitting that join button down below. So we're back on our way. We joined a bit of traffic. So we got quarter of an hour before we're loud on the M6. So the time we get through all this, it's not the M6, M42 around Birmingham because of the embargo. There's no embargo on this motorway, this section of the M6, because of the county. It's fine to come through here on the motorway. So we can travel up to the M42 now. And then by the time we hit the air, we'll be about 6 o'clock, so we'd be outside of embargo times. That's not good. So currently at the moment there's a 30-minute delay between junction 11 of the M5 to junction 11A, and the reason for that is because from 11A down to 12 it is shut currently at the moment. So, and being what time it is, at 6:30 in the night, the services are going to be rammed, because they are always rammed. You've got to be there early to get parked up there anyway. So the other option I got is at the top of the M50. That's the only option I got. At the top of the M50 there's a wide load bay, which I can use. I just hope nobody else is in it. Otherwise I'm gonna pretty much struggle. I got nowhere to stop. You know what I mean? I can't use the services after us because they're after junction 12. Sorry, they're in between where the road is closed then, basically. So the only option I've got, because the signs were coming up saying that it was shut pretty much after I passed our services, the last one. It wasn't until I was just about to join this motorway that it was coming up that it was shut, so I missed that opportunity. But you can see the weather's quite bad, so I don't know if the road is, because it has been shut, but it was shut further down because the road had been flooded the last time we had a lot of heavy rain. So I can't see it being that. I can see it more of an accident than anything. So yeah, that's pull in there, hopefully it clears and I can carry on, or do I pull in there and just park up for the night? As you can see, the services are rammed because they're actually pulling out and parking on the hard shoulder here, which is what I thought it would be because the M5 is shut and this is the last services before it. So I'm hoping, because I know I don't even stand a chance in there, I'm hoping that a wide load bay is empty down here, like, you know what I mean? That's my only option. This is the reasons why we have a wide load bay down here. Obviously any other truck to park in there is legally parked. We couldn't get them shifted by ringing the police, but they won't park in there anyway because they haven't got authorization to park in there. So we'll have to go all the way around the roundabout, and it is empty, so that is good news. No, we won't have to go all the way around the roundabout, we can just go straight across with it. So that is good news, that it is empty. So instead of putting soft stuff there, they could have really tarmacked it, you know. I mean, it was a lot wider before this wide load lay-by was. Right. So, Highways Agency, Highways England. It's a really good app to have if you're travelling through England a lot. So we'll go to drive, actually we'll go to search motorway, M5 congestion southbound between 11 and 11A, Link Road, okay, M5 southbound 11A and 12, authority operation. The M5 southbound between junctions 11A and 12, police incident currently active. The event is expected to clear between 9:30 and 21:45 on 8 December Norfolk. That's us pretty much here until tomorrow morning then, because that's it. We can't do any more than that. So we'll have 11 hours off per now, and that's it. We just carry on in the morning. As you can see here, the event is expected to clear between 21:30 and 21:45 December 18th. Normal traffic conditions expected at between 21:30 and 21:45. So yeah, that's us done for the day. As my time doesn't even extend that far, so there's no point even going down there, because the thing is, even if we were to wait for the motorway to reopen, that's past our working time anyway. So we're here, we're in a safe place, we're in the wide load lay-by. I'll just go out, nip around, check my tyres now and everything like that, and that's us done for the day. Well, we're on our way. Good morning. So we just got on the M5 from a stretcher where the M50 split, where we parked up last night in that lay-by, in the wide load lay-by. I was checking up on that road closure quite often last night after I was having my food and stuff like that. And when you left us, it was about 9:30. It was going to be closed until. Well, by the time I was going to bed last night, it was estimated that it wasn't going to be open until 4:30 in the morning. And that's because when I last checked up on it, there was a teenager which was severely injured and got rushed into Bristol Children's Hospital. And then it says about mental health underneath on the article. Now obviously if you add one and one together, you know, obviously the teenager had tried to do something. I'm not going to mention anything on YouTube like it, but obviously you can work it out like it. So I just want to put this out there now as well, with regards to mental health. Look, I have a Discord channel, and on that Discord channel you can message me. You can jump on there and message me. You can talk to me voice to voice, like you would do like a phone call. And if you are struggling with mental health, you're not alone. Trust me, you're not alone. You're not the only person, you know, in a world, you know, everybody's against you sort of thing. Like, you're not. There's a lot of people who should stand there with you, like, you know what I mean? So, and I'm one of them people, like, you know what I mean? I've gone through it myself. You know, it's not pleasant, you know, and I got to be honest with you. When you know, one of the people that, you know, helped me was my wife, like, a wife to be at the time, and you know, she's been my rock since, like. But I've learned a lot from that myself, you know what I mean, and you know, I can help others, like, you know what I mean. You know, I'm always like I say, I'm always there. You know what I mean. If you need a chat, I'm there. So join the Discord, reach out to me. You know what I mean. If I'm driving, we can do voice to voice and everything like that. But if it's evening time, I can message. You know what I mean. Whatever the issue is, it's not a problem. You know what I mean. The last thing we want is for something to happen where it shouldn't happen. If you know what I mean. So if you need somebody to talk to, I'm there. You know, reach out. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a couple of other people on the Discord as well, which would reach out. You know, as well. Like, you know, they're a nice bunch of guys on there. You know, on the Discord. So links in the description below. I'll put the link down to the Samaritans as well. You know what I mean. If you don't want to talk to me, and you'd wish to speak to somebody anonymous, then you can speak to the Samaritans. So if it's any so if you've got any issues, you can speak to them. So the link will be in the description below for the Samaritans. What's that in the distance? Is that a clear sky? A blue sky? Nah. Started panicking. It's clear sky. It's alright. We're coming back into the cloud. That's alright. That's alright. It's gonna, like, what do you do if it's a clear sky? Oh no, it's clear sky up there too. What's happening? Does that mean the S word's going to come out? Sun. Does that mean we're going to see the sun today? Nah. I chucked my shades in the bin as well. Didn't think I needed them anymore. Oh well. So as you can see, we're just coming off the motorway now. Let me go way up the tree forest. This is, I think, on the motorway network, the biggest roundabout for an interchange. So the 470 goes all the way through, but because it was quite large and there was a lot of traffic coming off the motorway, it was adding to the roundabout, which is busy enough as it is. They made a cut through just down here. So the truck's decided to go into a regen as well. That's what that orange light is there for. And tell them that the exhaust temperature is hot, which means it's more than likely doing a regen. It comes on every so often. It's better to come on when you're loaded, as it does more. It works harder, so therefore it gives a better cleaning. So it'll go off in once we start revving the engine, just purely because it's blowing air through. But when we come to a stop, it'll come on with a warning against an exhaust salt. I have had to do one occasion where I had to do a forced regen, because it just refused point blank to go into a regen, and it started counting down. So it was just like, right, okay, let's get the manual out and see how I can get it into a forced regen. And I can't remember the fault with it. It was a fault with something, the reason why it wouldn't go into a regen. So what they done a few years back, you can see straight in front of us, they made a cut through, which makes one hell of a difference. Now we go all the way around the roundabout and join the traffic, which is coming from the other side of the motorway as well, and just sitting in there. So when it does come busy, it does thing. So I'm just watching the traffic on my left hand side, because they're stupid enough to come alongside me, even though I'm over the white line there, because unfortunately they were last in the queue to gain that brain cell when it was issued during the creation of themselves. As you can see, we joined straight onto the 470 we are now. And that makes one hell of a difference, because the slip road up here, you can just imagine this traffic and the traffic coming from the eastbound carriageway all used to join on this same place up here, and it used to be horrendous. Especially this time of morning, you'd have been queuing up here until, I don't know, the end of the week. It was so bad, like. This roundabout, believe it or not, is that big. It's got its own it's got its own footpaths in the middle of it, like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, you know, for you to walk around in a loop around all the footpaths and cover all the footpaths, it's a good half hour walk. So you could you can just imagine the size of the roundabout, you know? So just up on our right hand side, it's normally lit up, but of course it's morning now and they haven't paid the electric bill. It's Castle Koch, just there, sticking his head up through the trees there.
I do love it when cars drive around you when you're trying to reverse. It makes a job so much easier, I gotta be honest with you. Instead of waiting for you to finish a manoeuvre, no, you gotta make sure you stop, otherwise they'll deliberately drive into you. I don't know if they deliberately drive into you, but they'll surely do it in such a way that it makes life a little bit difficult. So, you know, put yourself right in the position of where I need to be. Obviously, you're thinking ahead. Right, so that's that job done. You know what I mean? Thank God. A bit later than what we expected, but not too bad. So I've got to make my way up to Monmouth now, which will probably be in another episode. And I'm not going to go the Newport way, just purely because it's absolutely rammed when we came back through it earlier on. So I'm going to head up the valley, around Merthyr, across the top, down to Abergavenny, over then to Raglan, and then into Monmouth and up to Coleford, which is where we got to get this breaker from. So it's not a big load, but definitely make sure you watch that episode, because that's going to be interesting. Because not only are we going to have the windy road going down to it, but we're also going to have a little bit of the A465, even though the update was done a few weeks back. Let's see if anything has changed in them few weeks. I think it's about 2 or 3 weeks ago since no, it's about 3 weeks ago since I recorded that. So we'll give that one it's not going to be an official update, but it's going to be included in there. So make sure you watch out, especially if you like that 465 update, because that does get a bit of traction. People do enjoy watching that, so that'll be included in there. So that'll be a little bonus. And then we've got to go down to Torquoid, drop our breaker off, pick up another breaker, bring it back. I think I've got to get a brake light done on the way down as well. So that's going to be in the next episode, so make sure you watch that one. But I'm going to finish it off here now. We've got that off after all the delays yesterday. It was absolutely crazy with all the delays. But yeah, all in all, I think we must have lost about, you know, with the embargo and the other one, you know, we must have lost, including going into today, must have lost about 6 hours yesterday. 6 hours in delays. Mind-boggling, but that's the way the job goes sometimes, you know what I mean? So we're going to call it there. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you check down a comment. Well, not make sure, if you would like to check down a comment, make sure you like though. And remember, don't forget, a pop-up will pop up in a second showing you the other videos, so you can watch them as well. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.